Hello, this is High Templar with a new episode of my Total War Warhammer mechanics video, and today we'll be talking about the Wardancers with Asrai spears, those amazing elf armor-piercing spears that we know and love. And this is very good unit, however it takes with a price tag of 950, which is a lot, but the stat line is quite impressive and lots of cool abilities. So let's start with only 80 gals inside the unit, 6100 health, same as other Wardancers, only 15 armor, but leadership of 70, speed of 48, which is amazing, and I've mentioned that in my previous Wardancers video, melee attack of 30 and melee defense of 48, which is again amazing, 32 damage, but 20 of that is armor piercing and additional 23 bonus versus range, which is a lot. That is very significant bonus versus large bonus. And also 12 charge bonus, which is not a small number for a spear unit. Then we have additional physical resistance of 20%. So again, very good. Charge defense versus large, hide, immune to psychology, which is very important when you are fighting monsters, and woven mist, which is ability 30-second lasting, 30-second cooldown, so you can have it half of the time, which gives the magic resistance, missile resistance, of 44%, which is slightly less than Silver Shield, but it will be working from any angle, and that's important to remember. However, that ability decreases the melee defense by 20, which is significant. Although, mind you, it will still be 28, which is not nothing. And firstly, we'll test them against Crypt Horrors. Crypt Horrors, very good sturdy unit that is pretty good against infantry, lots of armor piercing and also poison. Armor piercing will not be that necessary, and those guns are bracing for impact against those Crypt Horrors. Crypt Horrors have speed of 50, so this is similar as those gals. And now they are going after the brace. And after the bracing, after the initial charge, only one of those gals are dead. So only single gal. And the Crypt Horrors are starting to take the beating. And now they are in even combat, and they will quickly go to the winning. Although, mind you, those Crypt Horrors will not die anytime soon. The Wardancers will die, quite obviously. 3 dead already. But as you can see, the unit is winning slightly already. And I'm pursuing with my Wardancers. That was a bit of a mistake. I didn't stop, I charged, not in time. If I was pursuing the unit from the very beginning, I would be able to just catch them, because the difference in speed is only 2. But even that counter charge, which was half-hearted at best, but gave me some damage. Those Crypt Horrors do have amazing charge, but as you can see, they are already dead. And there is still 65 for the Wardancers, with significant health on them. However, Crypt Horrors cost a lot less, so we know that they will win. How about the Giant? The Giant would be killable by the unit of Slayers, and those Wardancers should be pretty good at it. Also, mind you, the armor piercing will not be used very well in this particular combat, but how well will they fare against the Giant? Mind you, this is the standard anti-monster formation that they start with. So, something important to remember: if you go wide, you will be more vulnerable to many attacks from different creatures, and I will show that later on. Like this Giant was surrounded, and if that was shallower formation, he would be going through the line. However, he would be better surrounded in the back. So as you can see, those guns are taking out the giant very easily indeed. His armor piercing will not be used, but their armor piercing will not be used either. And very decisive defeat with 67 of them still alive. Very nice indeed. How about Minotaurs? This is your standard Minotaur unit, which is very good against infantry. The great weapon variety is much better versus large, and the shielded variety is slightly worse than this one. However, it's obviously good in any situation when you might get shot at. Slightly more staying power, and I've made a slightly shallower formation that we've seen before. Should be enough for those, or will it be enough for those? It was. They didn't get through completely, and now the fight starts. As you can see, already lots of 3 dead Wardancers and quite a lot of health lost. But as the battle progresses, there is only 6 Minotaurs left, and the Asrai spears win with more than half of them alive and more than 3/3 of the health. 2/3 of the health. So quite a lot, quite a good victory, however much closer than it was before. So how about the Shaggot? Shaggot do have some armor, but not that much. Is an ultimate monster, costs 2000, with very good speed, very hard hitting, and because of this I will provide better suited formation. Let's see this thing charge. And already 5 of them dead, 6 of them dead. But right now this shot didn't really kill any. Twice as cheap unit, mind you. And as the battle progresses, you would see that it's getting close, but we are winning. We are winning this one. And only 1/5 of the health is there, and quite a lot of those Gauls dead. Actually, only 31 got out of it alive. But it is a win against a unit that costs 2000. And a Ragnarok Spider would fare even worse, because its huge armor will not be very helpful against those Gauls. And the attack of Ragnaroks has a smaller splash plate, so less effective. Now, so yes, it is obviously good against monsters. How good it is against, say, Rise Guard, who is more expensive unit of heavy cav. And quite obviously, it should be beaten up by those Wardancers, because they are anti-large and the price difference is not that much. The problem is, however, they will try to charge me, and I will have to adjust my formation. And I was able to brace. As you can see, minimal damage on the hit. And now the Wardancers go into the dance. However, the Rise Guard actually tries to retreat and recharge. Recharge is again half-hearted like with the Crypt Horrors before, but it does some damage to me. Should I stopped earlier, I would be able to get less damage. However, still we can see that it's winning. Now, yes, it is clear that those Gauls are worse than the Slayers. Even though the Bones vs Large is similar and they do armor piercing damage, it seems that they are handling those for example, cab units slightly worse than the Slayers, but the difference is not that huge. And against the Rise Guards, they seem to be better, because the Rise Guards is heavily armored, quite obviously, so they are breaking the Rise Guard very quickly. However, the AI is not doing a very good job. So you might argue that you can get better out of it, and that's a problem with the cavalry. If you command it very well, you can really kill any anti-large unit, maybe with the exception of the regiments of the Renowned Slayers, because yeah, if you position those guys well and stop them in the right time, even the Rise Guard will have a huge problem taking them down. But any halberd unit can be taken down because they can be attacked from the behind, and we will see that here. Against 2 units of mounted yeomen, obviously more expensive than the Wardancers with Asrai spears, but I had to charge because keeping them in one place, I believe, would make it more problematic. As you can see, the attack from this unit didn't do that much damage. The back attack, which would happen anyway, was the one that was really problematic. And now the AI can't really charge very well. It cannot take a good advantage of having those 2 units, and I was able to take their charge pretty well, although that one was botched. I stopped too late. But those 2 units are able to wear the Wardancers down a lot better than Rise Guard, as you can see. And those were handled by the AI. So if attacked in the back, those guns are pretty vulnerable due to the, low health, for example. And it will be even more problematic against the unit like Grey Knight, who does magic damage, so the physical resistance of 20% will not be taken into account. About the vulnerability of the Wardancers, first thing that came into mind is arrows. Quite obviously, any range will do a lot of damage against those, but having no shield and having very low armor, you would see that a Quarrelers, which is a prime range unit, would do very well against those. And I will be just staying here and popping up my Woven Mist. And this is something I wanted to show you. We are already standing for more than few salvas inside, and single salva, when the Woven Mist is hitting us, is barely giving any damage. Like, look at this. This is single salva without any defensive, and it's 4700 almost health. And yeah, let's add those few arrows here. So this is a full salva, right? And the health of the unit went down quite significantly, as you can say, as you can see, quite significantly. And we can probably do this once more. So 31,500 and single salva. Come on. So 31,500 to 36. So this is 400 health lost in a single salva when, and this will be pretty much similar, yes, when they are not using the mist. Now they will be using the mist, and that went down well by 44% really. So only slightly more than 200 health is now being taken. And that is quite a substantial difference. Yes, slightly less than 200. So that is quite a substantial difference. And as you can see, those gulls are not that vulnerable to the fire. They can stand here for quite some time. However, remember, if you actually attack them, they cannot do that because they would be decreasing their defense and making them die quite fast. And the only way you can kill them really quickly is focus them with several units. So they are not as vulnerable to the fire of those. That was several minutes. That was more than 2 minutes of standing in the fire of the crawlers before, well, dying really. So not as brittle as you might think. Also, when you fight against the unit that is like greatswords, you might think that the anti-large is the best ability they have. Like with the similar infantry, that is actually anti-infantry, like the greatswords, who have they have the numbers, they have the armor, which granted it's armor piercing, but only 20 is armor piercing. With 95 armor, they will be dealing 21-25 damage per hit only, and those greatswords will be dealing more than 32 because they also have bonus versus infantry of 8. So they will doing mostly 40 damage to, well, pretty much every time because they only have 15 armor, and they have significant melee attack and defense, and additional bonus versus infantry will add to that, and they have significant charge bonus of 18. So there is clear that greatswords should be winning that battle by a lot. And will they? Let's have a look at it. After the initial charge, which obviously goes into the greatswords, it seems that the greatswords are losing a lot. I mean, it's 40-50 kills. They're actually killing, the Asrai spears are killing more greatswords than the greatswords killing Asrai spears. Obviously, the difference in numbers will make the greatswords win, but look at that, not by much. Mind you, that was not by much. This unit of greatsword is almost dead. There is only 2000 health on it and only 46 men. At the moment those guys are broken. So that is quite an impressive performance on the unit same price that is supposed to be mostly armor and mostly anti-monster, right? Anti-large. Also, you can put it against, say, Angor. And those Angor cost slightly less than Asrai spears actually. So let's see how this will work out for us. I'm getting formation when I think I will get least attacked from the side or in the back, and that seemed to be working fine. Now, the Angor has a very good charge bonus with this unit has wasted, I mean for the low tier infantry, 16 is more than the Wardancers with Asrai spears, and the melee attack 26 of 24, but 160 men in ultra. And I want you to look at it very closely. The Asrai spears, the anti-large unit, is actually winning that fight. It takes quite a lot of time to get there, but they are winning. They don't have additional abilities like you've seen, but because of the leadership, it was a win, right? So, quite impressive performance again from the anti-large unit. So, I will be definitely using that unit more because it seemed to be very good at what it does and quite good at what it doesn't supposed to do. For the Woodles, that is. And that's pretty much it. I hope you like it. If you did, press like, comment if you will, and see my other videos. I do mod reviews, mechanics videos, and DLC analysis and speculation videos on Total War Warhammer, but I also do Let's Plays in Total War series and other games. Thank you for watching, and see you later.